Good morning, everybody. I just finished shaving up my face, brushing my teeth, trimming the monobrow just a little bit. This is what my physique is looking like, by the way, if anybody's like kind of wondering, because I know I don't put like physique shots into the actual videos as much as I probably should. So I wanted to show you guys what we're looking like right now, right before we start this breakfast. Doing something a little bit different than my usual breakfast. I usually have that fruit smoothie, but this time I'm gonna have a little bit of oats. So I have just under 1 cup of steel cut rolled oats. I'm gonna put just about the exact same amount of almond milk in there. Then I'm going to add a little bit of cocoa powder, just like that. I actually like it pretty chocolatey, so somewhere around like 2 tablespoons. It is a little bitter though, so it's kind of up to the person. Then I sweeten it with My Protein Flav Drops. Now these Flav Drops are so sweet. They're pretty cheap, like $2 to $7, but they change everything with oatmeal, coffee, whatever you want to flavor. They're super, super good. So I'm gonna use a little bit over this, this 1 dropper's full. I'm just gonna do just right about there. And then I'm going to add in this brown rice protein from my protein after I cook the oats in the microwave.
Hi, you watching me make oatmeal? You watching me make oatmeal, hoping that maybe I'll give you a little oatmeal? Yeah, you are.
All right, so here's what the oats are looking like after they come out of the microwave. They are ready to eat. I've mixed the protein in. You can see the protein on the edge there. And I'm just gonna give it a little quick taste test, see how it's tasting. The most important question when you're making oats, did I sweeten it correctly? Not bad. I actually nailed it. Sometimes I go too sweet and then I just hate eating through it. Sometimes it's too bitter and I have to add stuff. That's pretty perfect. So check this out. My mixtape actually dropped today because today actually, it's my birthday. And I told you guys I would have my mixtape out on my birthday. And so because this video was recorded a few days before my birthday, because you're watching it on my birthday, but this is before, I'm recording the introduction for my mixtape. And the purpose of this introduction right now, the whole thing is gonna be themed about Hercules and stuff like that, because that's gonna be my rapping name is Hercules. So right now I'm basically recording a speech from Zeus speaking to his son, Hercules, me, as to why I'm on the earth and whatnot, and I have to make his voice sound really cool, so I'll show you what I'm doing. First I have to record it, and then I'm gonna manipulate it with the audio filters. Ready? Hercules, my son, I put you on this earth in the city of Thebes so that you may bring enlightenment through your voice to these humans. You will begin as a baby and will rise slowly until you become what you are destined to be. You will train with Linus, son of Ergrus, to sharpen your skills. Okay, so now it's all recorded. I threw on a bunch of different little sound effects, and now this is what we are sounding like. This is the Zeus voice.
Hercules, my son, I put you on this earth in the city of Thebes so that you may bring enlightenment through your voice to these humans.
So I made it real deep. I added a little bit of reverb so it's kind of echoey and whatnot. Did a couple other things. I think it sounds pretty cool. Now let's just add in the music and I think it all comes together pretty nicely.
Train with Linus, son of Ergrus, to sharpen your skills. For now you will perform to your best capabilities and ignore them.
Okay, so that's what I'm doing. If you guys want to check out the mixtape, I'll put a link right below the video. You guys can totally download it. You can listen to it, put it on your videos, whatever you want. I really don't care. I appreciate the hell out of those of you who have been hounding me about the mixtape because you're actually excited to listen to it. I appreciate those of you who are going to go listen to it now. And please do keep in mind that a lot of this music is from way back in the day that I've recorded way back in the day. Some of it's more current, and all of it is from a beginner's perspective because I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to rap. I'm trying to figure out the flow and whatnot, but you can't become anything if you don't try it first and put out those first steps. Just finished my workout. Look at the sky real quick. Oh, it's so cloudy. I know a lot of you think this is crappy weather, but for me, this is like my favorite type of weather. It's always hot here. Anyways, I wasn't able to film anything inside of the gym because it's busy as hell, and unfortunately, this gym has a few people that don't really like the fact that I film here, so they like to watch me and make sure I don't film. So right now you're just watching me flex after the gym just to kind of give you guys a physique update, which is funny because at the beginning of this episode, I gave you a physique update saying that I never do it, and now I'm doing it twice. I'm such a freaking dummy. For those of you who are interested, I did 4 different back exercises. First I started warm-ups, then I went to seated cable row, did that for about 6 sets. Then I went to a cable pull down, did that for 4 sets. Came over to another angle of a seated row that wasn't on cables, it was on machine, and then finally finished it with low rows on the pulley cable system. And then I went and did a bunch of bicep stuff and rear delt stuff. All in all, it was a freaking awesome workout. I've been having really, really good ones lately, and I've been feeling the bulk. I feel like I'm getting that size back, and I feel like I'm getting strong again, which is making me so freaking happy. Now, I sent a text baby girl. She's cooking up the food for me. I think she actually might be calling me. She is calling me, but she's cooking me up some post-workout lunch. So let's go home and see what she's got cooking. Oh my. Oh my. That looks so good. I'm starving. This came in clutch.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, you murdering it, girl. Thanks for making me lunch. I appreciate it.
You want a little bit more action? Huh? You want a little bit more action in this vlog?
So this is what little lady made for us. We got maybe 3/4 of a block of tofu, something like that. So hella protein up in here. It looks like she also finished it with barbecue sauce. We got the traditional, like, do I ever try any sort of other variety of greens other than this? I got the green beans, got the broccoli, and I got some fungi, not a vegetable, it's fungi. Got mushrooms up in here. It's about to chow down on this. I actually have a video I have to edit from the Olympia that I just got back for Isotory. So they hired me to shoot an individual project of like Brian Shaw and like CT Fletcher and all that. So I have to edit, and then that'll be the next meal. So I'll see you guys in the next meal. I realized I don't show you guys my work in terms of the editing and production that I do. It's kind of hard to do because it takes so long. Like I'm starting right now at 4 p.m. and honestly, I'm not really motivated to do this. It's gonna take a couple of hours, but I just wanna show you the starting process. So first thing is first, I go over to the videos for other people folder. These are a lot of the people that I've been working with in the past. I go to the Isotory folder, and then we are going to the Olympia, and then this is the last Olympia. So then here we're in 2016. So I've aggregated all my videos here, and this is like the main meat, I guess, of the project. And then this is all of the expo stuff that happens after. And a lot of these clips are extremely long. That's why you might expect to see like 60 clips, but a lot of these clips are about like 20, 30-minute run throughs each. And for this one, he is a world champion of strongman, so not powerlifting, strongman, like the Atlas stones and stuff. His name's Brian Shaw. So I think I'm gonna put the emphasis of the video on him and his speech because I think it's gonna get them a lot more views. And I'm just assuming that they wanna get views, so that's what we're gonna try to do. I'll kind of update you guys as I go throughout the edit. I'm not sure exactly what I can show you, but I'll try to show you a little bit of here and there. So first things first, I have this really long clip that extends all the way up to about 11, 12 minutes. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going through this clip and skimming through and seeing where he starts speaking and where he ends speaking. Whenever he ends speaking, I cut, and then I move to where he starts speaking again, take that middle piece out, and then we have a kind of a concise video. So like here's one of the cuts, for example.
It has no problem. So grip is such a...
So you just see how that happened? It moved from one scene to the next scene, and that is one of the most simple things that you'll do as an editor. You'll spend hours and hours and hours, and this is called structuring. At least that's what I call it, structuring. And then from there you start adding polishing touches. You add these words and whatnot, and colors, music, all sorts of different stuff. Next part of the editing process is finding the musical scoring, and this used to be a lot more difficult for me back in the day before I had my resources. The first place I go to when I'm looking for some sort of a hip-hop beat is Chucky Beats Productions. Chucky Hip Hop. He completely allows everyone to use this stuff 100% royalty free as long as you credit him in your description. So that's not much of a payment for awesome music. And depending on what I want, you know, if I'm trying to feel like a hardcore feel for CT or a more softer feel for kind of B-roll stuff, I'll pick around and I'll find what I really actually do want to use, download it, and then I'll enter it into the track. Nope. And then my favorite part of any project I work on, oh yes, when you are rendering it out. So rendering basically just means saving the video, making it an actual video instead of, you know, a giant project. But yes, I just finished and I'm about to email this off to Isotory. Gotta give him a thumbnail and all that stuff. Baby girl came out, she's been sitting on my lap while I've been editing, which has made it an interesting challenge.
We do it all the time.
We're gonna try something new for dinner tonight, and we've never tried it before, just heard you guys suggest it and say it's very interesting, so we're gonna try, what's it called?
Yuka? Yuka?
Yuka. Let's try yuka roots.
Yuka root.
And I want to try toasted garbanzo beans because I saw it on Instagram yesterday. No idea how we're gonna do any of this stuff. Kind of just gonna wing it.
Winging it.
We'll show you.
Winging it.
We'll show you. Preheating the oven to 450 degrees. You ready for this?
Are you
ready for this? We're doing chickpeas, like I was just saying, and so that's 40 minutes at 450. And then the yuka roots, I keep wanting to say yucca, but somebody corrected me already. So yuka roots, we gotta cut these into fry shapes, then boil them for 10 minutes, then bake them. So we're gonna cut them to fry shapes right now.
Can you come more this way?
Someone's gonna be like, watch your fingers, bro.
Cringing.
I know.
Dude, that's hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, good
these-
thing you're doing this.
These are hard, dude. I'm not really sure, like, what the strategy is.
These better be really good.
I know, I'm so interested to see how these taste. They have to be uniquely good. Like, they can't be a slightly worse version of sweet potato. They have to be
It's
like,
true.
something's interesting about them. Because why would everybody be so interested?
I've never even heard of this.
It's a root, though, so it makes sense that it's so freaking...
Smell it.
Holy crap. It smells like nothing at all. I guess I can...
Kind of smells like what's it?
Jicama?
Yeah, thank you.
It looks like jicama. It's as hard as jicama. Holy crap. Definitely gonna have people all over just like, fingers technique, bro. You're gonna cut your fingers off. Finished product. So now we're just gonna take these very, very hard, very similar to jicama French fries and put them on into this boiling pot of water. And apparently it says to boil these for 10 minutes and then that'll get them not super soft, but just soft enough that it won't take 16 billion hours for these to bake in the oven at 450. So while the other thing is cooking, what we're doing is throwing an entire can, so that's 3.5 servings of garbanzo beans, or as the world likes to call them, chickpeas, into a bowl. And then we're just going to basically cover it in different spices, and we're supposed to add a tablespoon of olive oil. That's what this recipe is calling for, I don't know. So what I got in the spices area is black pepper, got a little bit of oregano, my favorite, which is chili powder. I don't know why it's in this crazy weird thing, don't ask. Garlic powder, and then some onion powder. So let's just get at it.
Go, 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 go.
All right, girl, get them fingers wet, mix them on up. Girl, touch all those balls. All right, here's what the beans are looking like coming out of the spice bath. And then we're just going to basically spread them as evenly as we can across this entire pan here. We did add an extra 3.5 servings. We just got a whole nother can because we figured probably gonna, have to share these. So probably gonna need a little bit more volume. Look at the bottom of that bowl. Wow, that looks so tasty. All right, and so we just took out the yuca root. Actually, perfect timing. Took it out of the boiling pan, and now we're gonna throw it into the mixing pan here, and then just continue to mix in this pan. And we're gonna use the same exact herbs, chili powder, garlic powder, and onion powder, and then we're gonna throw them right here on this tray. And then both of them are gonna go into the oven at 450 for 40 minutes. Seems long to me too, but we'll see what they look like right afterwards.
1 hour later.
Ooh, all right, so check this out, guys. We got the garbanzo beans. I think maybe a little overcooked, but honestly, I usually really like things pretty damn cooked. That's a quality shot though, right? How's that look, baby girl?
It looks great. I love it.
Doesn't that look like an Instagram photo?
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks
You know what they look like is Reese's Puffs.
They do.
Reese's Puffs.
They look like slimy gourmet Reese's Puffs. I like that. All right, so let's do a taste test of these first, and then the yucca root's coming out in about 10 minutes. Let's do this one. Yep. Okay, here I go. Well, but overcooked. Not bad. All right, definitely overcooked. So it's more of a like crunchy chip type thing. I think I've actually had something like this. I think there's a company that makes like chickpea snacks, but not bad. A little bit more salt would be excellent, but I don't know. I'm not bad. I would have these again, and then I would just revise it and make it way better. Just
Look how beautiful it is.
Oh, there we go. All right, let's do it.
Okay. It's good.
I'll zoom in on your face.
No, it's good. It just tastes like, it reminds me of the edamame. But it's good. I like the, it does need extra salt.
Right?
But I do like the, what is it? The chili pepper we put on it?
Yes.
That was good.
That's
You
pretty
were
good.
right. That was perfect amount.
Look, you get so excited.
You excited? Here you go, you ready?
Ready? Oh.
She always misses it. Take two. Take two cups.
I know, I'm excited too.
That's the cutest chew I've ever seen in my life. It was like little dog kibble. Fighting the fire demons in here. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that, YouTube. Look at that, Sam.
Oh
Look.
my gosh.
Everybody, admire what's about to go into our gullets right now. Look at these golden little nuggets. So, these things are Gardein. They're called 7-grain crispy tenders. They're super good. Pretty decent macros. Macros? Pretty solid McMacros. 2 pieces, 100 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, 8 grams of carbs, and 8 grams of protein. So I'm probably gonna have 4, she's gonna have 3. But really the highlight of the show, what we're all here for, ladies and gentlemen, is these yuca root French fries. They look just like, they look like real French fries. They look just like potatoes. I don't see any difference, but I'm super stoked to try these. So I'm gonna try them first and Sam's gonna try them. Here we go.
How is it, babe?
Wow, that's really good. That's really good. I don't even know how to explain that. It's like if a regular potato and a sweet potato had like an ancestral child or something. That's it, but it's good. So it kind of tastes like white potato, like regular baked potato, but it's kind of gooey in a way. I don't know. It feels like it's way thicker, and you can definitely kind of tell that it's like a root. Ooh, you got that nicely ketchup.
Yes, I do. All right, ready?
Taste test it. Let's do it.
It smells like a normal fry.
That's something you do that I would never do. I like that.
There you go, Coke. Tastes like a French fry. It's good. I like it crunchy. Wow, whoa. It's like sweet, but the consistency is like a French fry.
So what do you think? Do you like them?
I like them.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't choose to make them every day because it's a pain in the ass, but
It took forever.
you did. But it was good.
Us and our friend Ketchup here are going upstairs. We're gonna have a battle, and then we'll be back for dinner. Next up, what I'm doing for dinner is a mandilla. I've been doing these a lot lately. I want to get them on the channel again. I want you guys to get used to them. Plus, they're a great way when you're bulking like I am right now, or at least I'm starting to transition into one, to get a lot of calories in. So I use the vegetarian Rosarita beans. These are vegan. And this time, I use all sorts of different stuff. This time I'm using Beyond Meat, Beyond Chicken grilled strips. These things are pretty freaking tasty. They have pretty good macros too. And then you just use these gigantic burrito tortillas. So you just throw it down, a layer of beans, a layer of that baked chicken, slap the tortilla on the top, and now that is pretty much friggin' it. You just cook this at medium heat for like 4 or 5 minutes until it's golden brown. Flip it. Pro tip, you gotta flip it like this. It's the best way. Use a plate, flip it, boom, 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 boom. Easy, that way you don't mess it up. Cut it into 4 pieces and boom. That's what you got, the mandilla. Check it out. You gotta add a little bit of testosterone boosting ketchup in there. I need a refill. There we have it. That's what it's looking like. And I'm gonna add a little bit of nutritional yeast when I get upstairs, but I have that up in my room. Don't ask me why, but that's the last piece of real food that I'm gonna have. So like I said, that mandilla was the last real food thing I'm gonna eat. Then of course, I'm gonna finish it out with a Cliff Bar chocolate mint. Yes, it is vegan. Baby carrots and grapes. Me and baby girl are gonna snack on all those grapes on those while we fall asleep to some Netflix. Once upon a time, yeah. Once upon a time, that's not bad. This is an alright show. I don't know, what do you guys think? Alright guys, that is the end of this full day eating. Thank you for joining me, I really appreciate it. I wanted to bring you guys along, show you what I was eating today. I'm gonna start tracking a little bit more closely, not necessarily counting every single thing, but making sure that I get a certain minimum number in, as I'm gonna try to start gaining about 1 pound a week, maybe like 3/4 pound a week as I get a lot bigger. I'm trying to get up to like 215 pounds, and I'm gonna do that in the Hercules series coming up. Also preemptively, I wanna say this because a lot of people have already been sending me messages and stuff, but I know that today you guys have just filled up my comment section or my messaging session or whatever and just said happy birthday. Thank you guys. There's no way I'm gonna be able to answer everybody. I'm gonna try to answer as many as I can, as many snaps and stuff, but you guys are so freaking awesome. I really appreciate it. It's so freaking cool to have like a family of people. It's almost like you guys are all singing like happy birthday, and it's really, really cool. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. That's so much outro. All right, that is enough outro. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And if you're not subscribed already, subscribe to the channel. Team Beyond the Week, CT.
Lift heavy or die MIRIN, motherfucker.
Team Beyond the Week,
CT. Lift heavy or die